Welcome to Cooking with Marijuana. It's Matt, your host, and today's recipe is Colorado Trail Mix. A Colorado Trail Mix is homemade granola that you make with marijuana-infused coconut oil. It makes a really delicious breakfast or snack or anytime treat. It's easy to make, and this is the items you're going to need. 3 cups of old-fashioned oats, 1 cup of chopped nuts, a half a cup of ground flax seed meal, 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, a half a cup of marijuana-infused coconut oil, a half a cup of honey or maple syrup, optional flavorings, and a pinch of salt. First, preheat your oven to 300 degrees, then line a cookie sheet with parchment paper. Now in a large bowl, we've combined our flaxseed, our ground oats, our nuts, I'm using walnuts, and our cinnamon. So all of our dry ingredients, except for the salt, we're going to mix together in a bowl and just mix together with your hands. Now I want to talk about the ground flaxseed. We're using this ground flaxseed meal. And the reason I'm using this is because we're using more oil than usual because of the cannabis oil, and I want to make sure that we have plenty of the cannabis inside of the recipe. So I'm using this ground flaxseed to help absorb some of the extra oil. So don't use anything else. Don't use regular flaxseed because they won't absorb the same. Be sure you get the ground flaxseed. And that's also in here in this mixture. And the third cup is in here. So just combine all that together and mix it together with your hands until it's well blended. Okay, we'll move on to the next step. Now for this next step, we're going to need our marijuana-infused coconut oil. If your oil is in a solid state, go ahead and pop that in the microwave and melt it until we have a liquid oil. It doesn't need to be hot, it just needs to be a liquid. Now inside of our marijuana-infused coconut oil, we're going to add our honey, or like I said before, you could also use maple syrup here. And we're also going to add a pinch of salt, and our flavorings. Now when it comes to the flavorings, it's kind of up to you how you might want to flavor your granola. I'm using some almond flavoring to kind of bring out the nutty flavor, and then I'm also using some real vanilla extract to kind of complement the sweetness of the honey and to kind of mellow out the flavor of the marijuana and the rest of the ingredients. But you could use, if you were using maple syrup, for instance, you might want to add maple flavoring to intensify the maple flavor. All right, and that's kind of up to you to be creative there. And then once you have those added, you're just going to mix those and combine it. And now that we have our liquid mixture combined, we're going to add that directly over the top of the dry mixture. Be sure to scrape down the sides and get all of the marijuana oil and honey all out of there. And then using some metal spoons so you don't absorb your marijuana, just toss that until it's all moistened with the mixture. Now we're going to take our combined mixture and we're going to pour this evenly onto our baking sheet. Now you want to spread this out evenly, but you don't want to press it down. So what we're just going to do is just use our spoon very easily, lightly, and just knock down the peaks. Okay, now we're going to put our granola into the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes until it's a nice golden brown. After about 10 or 15 minutes, we're going to check on it and give it a stir though. Okay, it's been about 12 minutes now. Taking the granola out, just because I want to give it a stir. So after 10 to 15 minutes, just give it a little bit of a toss. Just kind of turning it over. What happens is a lot of the liquid runs to the bottom as it warms. And we're just trying to turn that over so that it doesn't all just sink to the bottom and get lost in a puddle. All right, so this goes back in the oven now and it finishes off cooking for another 10 to 20 minutes until it's a nice golden brown. All right, so it's been about 25 minutes. My granola is done. It's baked the way I want it. I'm gonna stir it one more time before I let it cool. And this would be the time too if you want to mix in something like raisins, or in this case, I'm gonna use cranberries. If you wanna mix in a fruit, now would be a good time to do that. They won't burn now, but they will kind of plump a little as it cools to absorb some of the heat from the granola. Now that we have this all mixed together, the next step is just to let this cool. We're gonna let it cool completely, and then we can break it apart and store it. All right, now our granola is done. After it was finished, I got about 6 cups, or about 2 quarts in this container here. This makes a really delicious breakfast. You can pour milk over it in the morning, so you can just eat it as a snack. It's really good. It's pretty potent too. We've got a whole half cup right here in this one small container, so it's pretty strong with the marijuana, and that's one reason I like this recipe. I hope you enjoyed the recipe. If you did, please hit the like button. Please make a comment and suggest the recipe that you would like to see me cook. Also, subscribe to Rough House Studios if you'd like to see more of these videos and other marijuana-friendly type videos. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.